The off-duty police officer who shot and killed a man inside his own apartment has reportedly moved out of the apartment complex. Our affiliate KTVT is reporting that Officer Amber Geiger is no longer living at Southside Flats. Letter went out to residents about the situation. It's unclear if Geiger left on her own or if she was evicted. Geiger is facing manslaughter charges in the death of Botham Jean. The officer says she shot Jean after mistaking his apartment for her own. Meanwhile, activists are outraged after a group protesting Jean's death were forced to spend 2 nights in jail for charges of obstructing traffic. What they say is a stark contrast to the way police treated Officer Geiger, who spent only about an hour in jail there 3 days after Jean's death.
Only in America can an officer kill someone, and a person can block a street and get more time than a killer.
That group has been nicknamed the Dallas Nine. They were marching as part of the protest that we told you about yesterday. Demonstrators carried coffins representing Botham Jean and another man also killed by a Dallas officer earlier this month. The Dallas Morning News reports that all 9 have now been freed on bail. But I wanted to talk about this with Esley Merritt. He's familiar to you because he is the attorney for the family of Botham Jean. But you also, Lee, organized the very protest where the Dallas Nine were arrested.
That's right.
Talk to me about your reaction. You know, the idea that they've just been released a short time ago, spending more time in jail than the officer who is charged with killing Botham.
You know, it was a big relief to the family of Botham Jean that Officer Amber Geiger was arrested in the first place. When I spoke with his mom and I said that she was arrested, she kind of breathed a brief sigh of relief, only to find out moments later that she had immediately been processed out. She had processed in and processed out in a matter of 2 hours. And so for us to organize this protest where we were responding to the attack on Botham Jean's character by Dallas Police Department, we brought coffins to the Dallas Police Stadium, and to learn that some of those peaceful protesters, and if you learn about the protest, you'll know that it was nothing but peaceful. It was nothing but well organized, and people showing their frustration with a broken justice system. To learn that the 9 people who participated in this peaceful protest would spend more time in jail after being charged with Class C misdemeanors or Class B misdemeanors than the woman who actually killed Botham Jean. It was shocking to the family, it's shocking to me, and it's been something that has been really strongly reacted to in the community of North Texas.
Yeah, and I'll get that reaction in a second. Arlington police say part of the reason why they were held for so long was because you talk about the misdemeanor, because of the type of misdemeanor charges they were facing that police couldn't set bail. You know the law there. How do you react to that?
Yeah, so the thing is, they had the option, they had the discretion, if they chose to assign Class C misdemeanors. If they assigned Class C misdemeanors, the students could have been cited, or the young protesters could have been cited and released. They chose to give them a Class B misdemeanor on a Sunday evening because they knew that a judge wouldn't be present and that they would have to be transferred from Arlington, where they were being held, over to Tarrant County, which is some distance away. They waited that day before they transferred them. The next day, they waited until the judge was no longer available, and then they transferred them over and said, I'm sorry, no judge is available. You're going to have to wait till the morning. So this was designed purposely to punish those protesters for speaking out against police brutality.
There has been a great deal of support for the Jean family. A group of pastors put out an open letter in the Dallas Morning News yesterday. They seem to be saying that they believe that Officer Geiger has been receiving favorable treatment. I want to read part of what they said. Quote, "We stand together in our call for the acknowledgement of any undeserved privileges already unjustly granted to Officer Geiger by virtue of her uniform." Do you still believe a fair investigation into this man's death is possible, Lee?
The investigation has been anything but fair, particularly the one launched by the Dallas Police Department and continued by the Texas Rangers. It has been one-sided and designed to find exculpatory evidence or evidence that would confirm Amber Geiger's implausible story since the beginning. However, I do trust that the District Attorney's Office is committed to getting to the bottom of what's happened. The District Attorney's Office has recently successfully prosecuted a law enforcement officer for murder, but that was the first and 150 years, and so in the Dallas County area. So it's a difficult goal to reach, to see a fair, complete prosecution of a police officer, but I believe it can be done and will be done in this case.
All right, Esley Merritt, always a pleasure to have time to talk to you on the show. Thanks for making time for us.
Thank you.